Oregon had their spring game yesterday. When I watch spring games, I always want to see synergy in the passing game. Or just offensively, I want to know, even if it's just one or two plays, what's the thing or what are the things that happen that stick with me in my mind the entire summer? And Dylan Gabriel to Tez Johnson, it'll stick with me. They got Tez Johnson involved really early. Dylan Gabriel is up there now. He's a former quarterback at Oklahoma. And so that right there, I think will be obviously a focal point of their passing game this fall. And Gabriel was 14 of 21, 163, 2 touchdowns. So that stuck with me. Their offensive line on the left side especially kind of got worked most of the day, which is spring game rinse and repeat. Like one side is going to take advantage of the other side. And so do you feel good about it as a fan? Do you feel bad about it? I'd feel good about the versatility and depth they have on their defensive front. I don't know that I would be ready to sound the alarm by any stretch for Oregon offensively. I mean, did we have their true starting five out there? I'm not so sure they did. Is the defensive line good? Yes, I'm pretty sure they are. Am I just blindly leaning into benefit of the doubt because it's a spring game? Yes, I am. I saw several of their freshmen. I saw several of their underclassmen, including several freshmen playing yesterday. Solomon Davis had 7 tackles yesterday. I think the Flowers kid, the 4-star safety in the 2024 class, he stood out to me. Dakota Fields was a 4-star DB as well. He stood out to me. They're deep at wide receiver. They're deep at running back. That's not a surprise. What cost Oregon twice last year when it came down to it is they counted on being able to out-physical Washington, and they went 0 for 2 trying to do that. They didn't lack talent last year. They won't lack talent this year. There's an edge you have to have as a program to show up in those kinds of games. There's an edge they'll need to have in Big Ten play several times this season that they had almost enough of, but knew they still needed to sharpen after last year. That's the great unknown. That's not something you would discover in a spring game. And so that's why God made the spring, and that's why God gives us fall camp, and eventually that over-under 10.5 win season will roll around. They are minus 210 to make the playoff. If you want to just go to FanDuel and bet whether Oregon will make the playoff, if you think yes, minus 210. So our friends at FanDuel think Oregon's got a really, really good shot of being in that playoff. You know Ohio State goes up there. Colin, could you do me a favor? Could you put their schedule back up for a second? Think about October 12th. Think about Ohio State going on the road to Eugene, Oregon, and it's a conference game. We call these goosies, these things, these little bumps on my arm right now. I'm not ready to commit to where the tour is going to be that weekend this fall because I'm not even ready to commit what the name of the tour is going to be this fall. But, buddy, you have the number 1 and number 2 odds teams to win the Big Ten championship playing in a prime time, most likely, prime time game there. I could see myself there. It's a soft verbal that I'll be there.